Hey guys, today we have Shashank and he is having total 4 years of experience in Java, Spring Boot and microservices domain. And those who want to give same free mock interview, please fill out the form below in the description. So now let's get started. Hey, hello Shashank, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Shall we
Uh,
start?
yeah, okay.
Okay. So Shashank, can you please introduce yourself and your recent project in brief?
So my name is Shashank Kumare.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I'm from 2021.
Okay.
As a Java Spring Boot developer, I have worked on few of the application,
Uh-huh.
few of the real symbols.
Okay.
Right now, I'm a part of one of the hotel booking systems.
Okay.
And we are developing some booking model for the number of, let's say, hotels.
Okay.
And
Okay. So you
and
are working on hotel management, hotel booking system, right? Currently.
yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So just tell me one question. Let's say in one of the hotel, there is only one room pending. Okay. Now two persons are trying to book that room.
Yeah.
So how you guys are managing this
Like we use at the rate transactional annotation. We log that.
transaction
Yeah, we log that row for one of the use. It will be done by synchronously. So one user
synchronously?
will one user will be locking that room, and then only after that operation is done, only then second user can access that room. So,
Okay. Cool. Okay. So are you using concurrent hash map anywhere in your project?
no.
No. So can you tell me the difference between hash map, linked hash map, and concurrent hash map?
Hash map is just a key value pair.
Okay.
Concurrent hash map is a it is a thread.
Concurrent hash map is a thread safe.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does this thread safe mean?
Threads if mean it will be accessed at one at a time. So
Okay.
like this threads like let's say if there is a process which is in
Mm-hmm.
execution stage, at the same
Mm-hmm.
time someone cannot access that process.
Yes, that's correct. So if two or more than two threads are consuming one collection or one method, so data may incorrupt, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So and data may be like inconsistent,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, that's it. Okay. So do you know about synchronized map?
No.
Okay. So, as you said, the hash map is not a thread safe and concurrent hash map is a thread safe, right? But we can make our hash map thread safe by using synchronized map.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, this is all about synchronized map. Okay.
Okay.
So, can you please tell me how equals and hash code work together in a collection?
Equals and hash code.
Hash code.
No.
No.
I don't.
Okay. Okay. So, basically, dot equals check logical equality of objects.
Yes. Okay.
Hash.
So
Mhm.
you are referring to this equals method and
Yes.
double equals.
Equals
Yeah.
method and
Yes.
hash code
That
method.
double equals, I think, equals to the reference of those objects.
Mhm.
And when you are comparing the let's say equals method, it's a logical object comparison.
Okay, so yeah, that is different. Dot equals is different that we use to compare two objects or
Yes.
things, right?
Yeah.
But there are two things in the collection, right? For example, in hashmap, there are two things: equal methods and hash code method, right? So
Okay.
they do their job. For example, when you put any element, any value into the hash code, equal check logically equality objects. Let's say
Okay.
you have and I mean you have inserted two elements and equals check logically equality of objects. Hash code determines the bucket location in the hash based collections.
Okay.
Okay, both must be consistent.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So do you know about memory leaks in Java?
No.
No. Okay. So yeah, sometimes memory leak happens in our Java. Okay, so yeah, this is a big topic. So yeah, let's not discuss now. Let's move to the different question. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So can you tell me if multiple threads update a shared counter and sometimes it gives wrong result? So how do you fix it?
Multiple threads shares the same counter.
Yes.
If they are updating the same.
There is a counter class and counter method which is just incrementing a value by one. Okay, and two threads are going to increment. So
It should
mm,
be synchronized.
it
Like
should be synchronized.
yes, and
Yes.
it will update the one at a time.
Yeah. So what we can do? Have you heard about synchronized keyword or synchronized block?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, yes.
Synchronize. We'll put that counter,
Yeah, we will
increment
put
counter
the
that
counter.
mentions the synchronize method,
Correct,
and
correct.
that with this way it will access one at a time.
Hmm. And also we can achieve synchronization by using logs,
Yes. Logs. Yeah. Correct.
reentrant log, if you know about. So do you know about volatile keyword and atomic integer keyword?
No.
Okay, so volatile is a keyword that ensures visibility but not atomic. Atomic integer, it updates using CAS, compare and swap algorithm. So CS, we use CS in concurrent hash map as well.
Okay.
Okay. Hey guys, I would like to share one important thing with you. Actually, we had launched complete interview preparation material structure step by step by myself, expert and MNC's interviewers. And the best part is that now no one need to go anywhere else to prepare interviews. There is a 99% chance that interviewers will ask questions from this material. So basically, it contains a lot of material categorized by experience level. Means each experience level has different material with all possible interview question and answers for Java, Spring Framework, Maven, Git, Spring Boot, Spring Security, Spring Data, JPA, Kafka, microservices, Java coding questions, Stream API coding questions, and many more. I have provided the link to get this in the below description. And if someone needs this material, plus two real enterprise client projects for reference, plus one-on-one lifetime doubt sessions and referrals to the big MNCs, then they should check the interview preparation kit. I will provide the link for this as well in the description below. So now moving to our interview. So do you know about Java memory management?
Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Like there are different pools like
Mm-hmm.
string pools, and then we
Okay.
have memory, then we have stack memory,
Mm-hmm.
and there like how these methods are stored. Let's say how the objects at a runtime they are stored, and
Mm-hmm.
how memory management works. I mean, like the how the object lifecycle is determined. Like if it is a live reference somewhere, so that objects will not be destroyed, and some objects are not referenced, then a system may release those resources by destructing the objects.
Correct, correct. And do you know about common GCs, garbage
Mm,
collectors?
no. Actually, I
Like the serial,
no.
parallel, G1, ZGC,
GC I know.
GCU.
And GC.
Okay,
But
okay.
others.
Okay. So, what happens behind the scene when you run a Spring Boot application?
When we are running Spring
Spring
Boot
Boot
application.
application, what happens behind the scene?
Like first Spring Boot, basically the idea of Spring Boot is to, let's say, to auto configure the database connection and other
Hmm.
things. So it will set up these database connections, and
Okay.
we configure the username and password. Like if you are
Hmm.
using any S3 buckets or something, so we can configure that in the properties. After that, the application got started on, let's say, Spring Boot server, which is embedded. There is a Tomcat server. After that, the server, like then the main Spring application runs. Now inside the Spring application, how the workflow is like, it starts with, let's say, we have a controller where
Hmm.
the web application's request gets connected to our application. Now via controller, we route it to the appropriate services which do their business logics, what
Hmm.
we are doing for client generally, and then we send appropriate response to the front end, like the front end, like whatever results what we have achieved, and
Okay.
appropriate correct
Okay.
status.
So can you tell me, Spring Boot application annotation is divided into the further annotations, right?
Yes,
Yeah. Can you tell me those annotations and what's the role
like
of
one is
those?
configuration, second is auto configuration, and then third one is a component scan.
Okay.
So what components can do is it identifies what are the bins declared and
Mhm.
instantiates the bins. Configuration, like it will look for the configuration files which you have mentioned explicitly, and for auto
Mhm.
configuration it will look for the auto configuration things which you have mentioned in application properties. So like what
Uh-huh.
what we are setting for the Spring Boot application context, you want to load at the runtime.
Okay. Yeah, that's correct. So moving ahead. So let's say your Spring Boot application starts very slowly due to heavy bean initialization. So
Yes.
how would you optimize startup time?
And the heavy bin initialization.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Generally, we look for the, like we generally do we get the list of the bins.
Mm-hmm.
what things we have right now in our applications.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, then we can configure which bins are appropriately needs to initialize and which bins we don't require at the application startup time. That we can separate it out.
Okay.
And
So have you heard about lazy initialization?
yeah, lazy initialization means like loading those bins when we are needing those required instead of loading
Mm.
all the bins on
It
the start.
delays bean creation until first you use.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. So can you tell me how does Spring Boot auto configuration work?
Like auto configuration works like you would like to specify to specific configuration or something. Like let's say you want like we are using JDBC or JPA data, correct? Now once we include those dependency in the form.xml, so all the related stuffs for that JDBC will be loaded, and
Mhm.
as the end user will like as a developer, we will always focus on the more logical work rather than configuring the JDBC connections and taking the part of the stuff.
Okay. Okay. So do you know how can we exclude a specific auto configuration?
Like there is an annotation exclude for @exclude.
Mm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So let's say a REST API sometimes return stale cache data.
Okay.
So how would you debug and fix it?
Still cache data.
Yes. Yes.
And okay. So like with the respect to caching, you are asking, correct?
Mhm. Okay. So tell me how caching work.
Like there's a specific like generally how caching works, no, like we configure like redis also redis
Mhm.
like caching in our application. So what
Mhm.
generally how generally it works, like when sending any request to the database,
Mhm.
so it will fetch out for the first time. Now
Okay.
when we are like sending that request to the first time, it will store in the our cache or redis
Mhm.
cache. So
Mhm.
when the next time the user will ask for the same data he want same data what he
Mhm.
previously saw, so then in the next time we will load the data from the cache instead of putting another request to the backend. So it will optimize the performance as well, and it will give the correct set of data, and we can also configure the timeline for the cache,
Okay.
like how much time
Uh,
it will live after that, and then it will make those requests to the again to the
mhm.
database.
Okay. Okay. So do you know about cache evict and cache put annotation
Yeah, cache put is generally used to like to update the cache if
and
we have
evict?
something. Evict is actually evict is actually I think it's to delete.
It's to
I
remove
don't,
stale entries.
okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
cache. Yeah.
Yes. 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 Okay. So let's say your microservice throws HTTP 500 occasionally. So how do you handle global exceptions?
Global exceptions.
Mhm.
Like we generally define the global exception handler
Mhm.
inside our configuration fields, and
Okay.
there we define the multiple methods for the exceptions, and those
Uh,
exception control class we can handle, and we can
okay.
throw out those exceptions from the service class or the controller.
Mhm.
Really what we
Okay.
want.
Mhm. Okay. Uh, so can you tell me how can we implement validation for our API requests HTTP in the REST API?
So you want to validate any object related entries, you mean?
Mhm. Yes, yes, yes.
So like what generally we like when we create the entity, let's say you
Mhm.
have a name or let's say email ID.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like I'm just giving example. So it should be not null. So at the rate not null, we provide that annotation on the entity level fields,
Mhm.
and in the request body we add at the rate valid operator to make
Okay.
the object valid what we are expecting.
Mhm. Yes, yes, yes. That's correct. Okay, so can you tell me the difference between valid and validated annotation?
Validity,
Valid and validated.
validated.
Uh,
Um, actually, I haven't so validated. So
okay.
I
So valid standard bean validation, it's for standard bean validation.
okay.
It's used on a single object, whereas validated, it's a Spring specific. It allows validation groups for conditional validation.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so let's say you need different configuration for dev, test, and prod. How would you implement it?
Like we generally do three profiles, like
Okay.
application.dev and application.properties, and we
Hmm.
configure those profiles in one of the application.properties,
Okay.
spring.first.active
Hmm.
or dev prod or test.
Okay.
Dev.
Okay. Okay. So let's say your app depends on multiple third-party services which sometimes fail. How do you make your app resilient?
Third party services. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So like let's say we build we generally try to build asynchronous connection between those microservices
Okay,
to
okay. Have you heard
like
about circuit breakers, fallback responses, retry?
uh, I heard about it, but
Okay.
I didn't know about in depth
Mm. Okay,
how
okay.
this
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. Can
like
you? Yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
no, it's fine.
Okay, okay. So can you explain about circuit breaker?
Like circuit breaker, like if let's say multiple services are running at a
Hmm.
like multiple services are running, and if
Hmm.
one of the service fails,
Hmm.
then it it decouples the services, and it will keep all the other services still running, and it will
Hmm.
try with the fallback method. I think it retries to connect that again service after it's some like after some time it is running or not.
Okay, so tell me, how does Spring Data JPA simplifies database access?
Bring data JP.
Mhm.
Database access, you mean
You
uh,
mean database operations?
like it provides some by default operations. And like for
Okay.
the primary, let's say you can find out any related ID with this primary key.
Mhm.
Another thing is like you can create some indexes as well
Mhm.
with the simple methods on the top of the any of the function you are calling. Like you want to create indexes on particular, like we are using certain number of filters for the hotels, so that filters like which are like 5-star rating. So this is the filter which it is always getting frequently used. So by many of the users, like we have let's say 100 filters, but not on all 100 filters will be used at so much frequent than few filters. So like we create few filters with the those annotations, like those indexes, and it makes our results to retrieve the data much faster. What we have.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, yeah,
Yeah,
am
yeah.
I?
Yes, yes, you're audible.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving to the next question. Uh, let's say API using JPA is slow with 1,000 or 10,000 plus records. How would you optimize it?
We use generally pageable interface to limit the amount of data to we
Okay.
are showing the end request. So let's
Mhm.
say you want to limit the size of the data
Mhm.
fetching at a time and to the 10 or 25 records. Generally, and like we have a number of pages the front
Okay.
end side, like we are showing those pages, and
Mhm.
like what let's say on every time we are requesting to the new page, we send the page ID, and we will just bring those needed data only. So
Okay. Okay.
we'll optimize that way.
What is a batch fetching?
So oh, actually batch fetching I'm not aware about.
Okay, okay. And
I heard of something.
and do you know what JPA repository?
Yeah, JPA repository, like it provides the simple operations to what we are doing
Okay.
uh, inside the database. The
Mhm.
few options are supported by default by JPA repository.
Okay,
It
okay.
is like our applications little bit
So
faster to.
let's say lazy loaded entities cause lazy initialization exception. How do you fix it?
Lazy entities, you mean.
Mhm.
Like
We have to ensure session is open when accessing lazy entities. We have to use fetch join in queries to load necessary data or switch to the eager fetch if appropriate.
Okay.
Do you know about fetch type, lazy or eager?
Yeah, eager means when we generally like eager mean it will, let's say we have hotel entity and we have rooms inside that. So
Mhm.
these are the two different entity, but inside of one of the hotel it will have many rooms. But we can keep this room as a like you if you want the details about the room at the when you're looking for hotel, then we
Mhm.
can use the fetch type to eager to
Mhm.
load the room details at the same time when you're calling the object.
Mhm.
But when you're calling, let's say the what you can say, when you want to see hotel details but not the room
Mhm.
at initial go, so we can use the lazy loading.
Okay.
You can change the fetch type to eager when you want to see the you want to, let's say, show whole data at a time for the hotels, including the rooms. But
Oh,
it's not really
okay. Okay. Uh, do you know what n plus one query problem?
n plus query problems. No, no.
No, no. Okay. So moving ahead, how do you design a REST API in Spring Boot?
REST API in Spring. So like we have REST controller
Okay.
where we get all the responses from the
Mhm.
front end, and then we are providing the appropriate like we are mapping the appropriate APIs to particular services.
Okay.
Let's say you want to post mapping, you are looking for the hotels.
Mhm.
This you will we can use the gate mapping. So with this gate mapping you will retrieve all the hotel level details for this you're looking for particular city or anything like. Then we can map like we generally connect that to, let's say,
Mhm.
create some service classes, and with that service class we implement the business logic what
So
we
how
want.
do you version your APIs?
Like we inside this like inside the string like inside the form like inside the URL string URL v1 v2 URL version.
Okay. So let's say service A calls service B and service B is slow. How do you handle it? Or service B is failing?
Service B is failing.
Hmm.
Okay. Mm, mm, like if we use asynchronous communication, then we can keep some message after some time, like this service is not like the service is not working, and some kind of text we can do with the asynchronous. And with the synchronous, uh, no.
Okay.
Mm,
We can implement timeouts to prevent hanging calls. We can use retry mechanism for transient failures. We could provide fallback responses if service B is unavailable.
yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So moving ahead, do you know how microservices communicate with each other?
Like, there are multiple ways. Like
Mhm.
for asynchronous communication, we can use Kafka
Yeah.
messaging queue. Then we have for REST template, which is
Mhm.
a synchronous, which is a blocking.
Mhm.
And with the web client, we can also use web client is a non-blocking service.
Okay. So let's say there are two APIs. One is returning direct response, direct string response, and another is returning the response with the REST template. So what's the differences between their responses?
Restrict template. Hmm.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
In one API, you are returning a response without using REST template. In another API, you are returning a response with a REST template. So what's the differences in their responses? So what's the use of REST template while returning a response from API?
Like REST templates in stores the info what we want to show, like you want to send or receive.
Other than our response, our actual response entity stores other information as well, like HTTP status
Status code,
codes,
yes, and
right?
the header authorization
Headers, authorizations.
and
So
the response content as well.
That we cannot return directly, that we cannot do
Yeah.
directly. That's a difference.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So have you worked with Maven or Gradle?
Maven.
Maven. What's the use of Maven?
It's a build tool which come with, let's say, some dependencies pre-included for the
Mhm.
JavaScripts. And
Okay. So how do you manage dependencies?
like in pom.xml, like you want to add some dependencies in your
Mhm.
applications, we generally add those dependencies in pom.xml.
Mhm.
When you restart, the dependencies got included in the project files, and
Mhm.
it will start.
Okay. So let's say your Spring Boot application crashes in production. So how do you analyze it?
Crashes.
Crashes in production. So how would you analyze it?
There are some logging tools which are available.
Okay.
Default Spring starter web dependency.
So what logging tools you are using?
Mm. We have Logger and SL4J.
SL4J. But I'm asking about the visualizing tools.
Visualization.
Yes.
You are talking about Grafana or Prometheus.
Mm. Yes, yes, yes.
No. Uh,
Splunk, Grafana, or GCP, Amazon Log Explorer, anything.
no.
Oh, okay. Okay, so and how do you check your application's health?
The help of actuators we can.
Actuators. Okay. Can you tell me the few endpoints that actuators provide?
Uh, One is status, I think, which is health state.
Status. Health
Yeah, it's
status.
up or okay. And there are
I think one is there is no health status. I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, there is a health slash metrics slash info slash environment slash threat term.
yes, slash health is there, I think. And it
Mm-hmm.
shows status up or down. I mean, there are number of
Mm-hmm.
endpoints we have, but the configured are like the visible to the users are limited. We can disable that. We can include that all the rest endpoints. We need to
Mm-hmm.
configure that in our application report. So like if you want the number of bins created, what are
Mm-hmm.
the bins? You can get that level info, but you need to expose
What?
it.
Okay, okay. What do you know about CI/CD pipelines?
CI/CD pipelines. I mean, how the application will work when the, like, let's say we are
Mm-hmm.
production stage now. So now after a few months, or like if there are any changes you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
but configuring and like doing the changes, then revalidating those things, testing all those objects, and then creating the image, and then uploading that posting that to Kubernetes, and then the service is running. So
So what
this
is
kind of,
Kubernetes? Kubernetes.
it's a deployment tool for like to handle the number of
So how
it can,
this tool helps us?
like it generally, what generally it does, like when we are let's say uploading our, like when we are like we have microservice architecture, when we are uploading any of the service to
Mm-hmm.
create a, first of all we create a Docker image, then we put that Docker images into the containers, and those
Mm-hmm.
containers run inside this Kubernetes. Now how Kubernetes will run, with the help of load balancer, it tracks the number of requests coming to one of the
Mm-hmm.
services. And if it exceeds some, like we can configure that how this setup like how these configurations are running, then it routes the it creates a replica of our container, and it routes those requests
Mm-hmm.
to another container, which helps to like to scale the application.
Okay, okay. So can you tell me a few Git commands?
Like one is clone, we can clone the repository.
Okay.
We use git stash to
Mm-hmm.
temporarily work. Then we can use git push to push our code to
And
the
what
main.
is Git cherry pick?
Git cherry pick is you want to you want to check the code at a few, certain commit. You can view
Okay,
that.
okay. Okay, so moving ahead. Uh, can you tell me how do you resolve Git conflicts?
Okay. Like if any conflict appears between, let's say, two developers, then we generally call each
Mhm.
other and we'll check the code where the conflict tension is around. Then
Okay.
let's say one might push that code, then I will reclaim will get latest changes inside the my report, and then after that I will do my changes.
Okay. Okay. Got it. So what is peer-to-peer review?
Mm, Peer-to-peer review,
Peer-to-peer review. Code review.
code review,
Mhm.
like 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 when you are pushing the changes to the marine line, then our lead who has access, who is the approver of the merging of this branch, he will check the code and he will check appropriate comments
Do
are
you
there.
review code?
Our leaders review, that's one.
So are you team leader or only developer?
I'm a developer.
Developer. Okay. So what's your project methodology?
It's agile. We follow
It's
sprints.
agile. Okay. So what are the types of methodologies we have in the bucket nowadays?
Like there are different approaches. I think
Mhm.
some teams follow this waterfall method.
Okay. What's the benefit of this agile methodology?
Uh, Agile, I mean, it prioritize the end users' requests, product
Okay.
owners, what they are
Okay.
requesting
So
at a
what's a sprint structure in your project?
like we have sprint structure of 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay. 2 weeks for developing and 1 week for testing, is it?
Yeah,
Okay. So you are a backend developer for front end or full stack?
back and back.
Backend. So there are another front end developers as well in your team.
Yeah, yeah.
So you are working in a team, or there are different teams for backend developers, different team for front end developers.
Different teams of front end, different teams.
Okay, okay, okay. So moving ahead, uh, can you tell me? One second. I think. So are you using Stream API in your project?
Stream API.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like those APIs we are not using, but I
Mhm.
know how they are used. Like
Okay, okay.
this
But
really
you guys are not. Do you know what parallel stream?
no.
No, no. Okay. Okay. So, can you tell me, let's say if someone, I mean, new member join your team, so how would you suggest him or her to work in your project environment?
In development environment.
Yes, yes, yes.
So how first thing how the when new team member joins in, we generally
Mhm.
show the all the, let's say,
Mhm.
we as a backend developer, we generally show the how the project structure is look like,
Okay, okay. So, yes, tell me different questions. So, tell me what are the best practices we should follow while working in a you know project, like working in a what is it, enterprise project.
generally so whenever we are working in any project, so we must admit that the product owners requirements, this should be the top priority
Mhm.
instead of, let's say, our conflicts or our some work getting no.
Mhm.
And we should always prioritize the things with the necessary requirements from the product owner. We should,
Mhm.
let's say, we have a number of requirements at some time in some
Mhm.
no. So it's a decision of product owner to, let's say, which things should take prioritize, and which things we can take to the next sprint. So by this way, we generally prioritize the topmost requirements and we work on those requirements. Now working in a team project, we always follow the end user will be like the developers will be working on each appropriate tasks
Mhm.
which we create in Jira, and those they will work in. After that, we have, let's say, a stand-up call
Mhm.
after 2 days. every 2 days. Then we in the call we generally decide what's the approach, what approach like particular developers is following. If they want to showcase something, or they have extra built something good feature, like they want to show some code, like and any
Mm-hmm.
recent developments they have done, they want to show to other team members as well, like for the best practices,
Mm-hmm.
how commits are applied to the end user, in the our ports, and how we are following the uh, as a development team, we all the developers should be on the same line when we are developing any model. So it always better for the, let's say, to the new developers who will be working on the project, and for the new one as well, it should be the flexibility should be there to understand the what we have
Mm-hmm.
built.
Okay. Uh, okay, Shashank, it's done from my end, and yes, it was a nice interview.